Charlie, tonight's report tells us that there was a written brief to the president that contained this information. And as I look lower in your story, I find that there's a specific date specified by one source saying that they believe the president got the information in the February 27th brief. What more can you tell us about what you're developing in this reporting tonight?
Well, that's right. So we have previously reported that Trump was briefed. The White House had said we were wrong, and the New York Times full of lies, and we had said that we had one source saying it was sometime in this presidential daily brief, which is a compendium of written intelligence that is prepared for the president to read every day. So what we have today, now, or tonight, is confirmation from two sources that it was in the written briefing to President Trump in late February. One says late February, the other source says February 27 specifically, and secondarily, that it was disseminated more broadly within the intelligence community in a publication called The Wire that the CIA puts out for people with security clearances to read about the areas in their specialty on May 4. And so this is significant because it undercuts the White House's narrative the last sort of 36 hours that not only was President Trump never briefed, but this information was, they dismissed the information as contested and unverified and not serious and credible enough to bring to his attention. Those things which are put in the presidential daily brief by definition have met that standard in the intelligence community's mind. And then the further dissemination in the Wire publication in May underscores that. So that's the main new news this evening, and we'll see how Congress reacts to that. It'll be interesting to learn whether the Republicans who were invited to be briefed today by the White House were told that or not, and we'll get their reactions as this comes out.
One reaction comes from, in your reporting in tonight's story, from John Ratcliffe, the Director of National Intelligence, and among other things, he is reminding people that leaking to you is a crime. They clearly don't want to see you gathering any more information about this case. And John Ratcliffe's statement says that the unauthorized disclosures quote, now jeopardize our ability to ever find out the full story with respect to these allegations. Charlie Savage, can you see, I can't see right now any way your reporting makes it more difficult for the intelligence community to find out exactly what's going on in the intelligence community.
It is a remarkable statement from the newly installed Director of National Intelligence. Especially because we see here that this was a more confirmation backing our earlier reporting that this is not something new that they're still trying to figure out. This has been something that they were looking at seriously months and months ago and reached their assessment that it was true months and months ago. We had previously reported when we broke this story last Friday that there was an interagency meeting at the White House convened to try to figure out what to do about the problem in late March. And now we see that it was already developed enough to go into the president's daily brief in February. And so the notion that, the issue that had some people upset was, even though they had figured this out and were already developing options about what to do with it, the White House was not authorizing any response for months and months and months, not even a diplomatic knock it off to Moscow. And so the notion that only now, because this is coming out and suddenly members of Congress are finding out about it and asking questions and so forth, and members of the military who have deployed over there or who have friends over there are saying, what about this? Now they're saying, well, if you leaked to this information to the news media, it's going to prevent us from figuring out what happened. It's the leaks to the news media that have brought this to the public's attention, to the attention of Congress.